everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode went a little longer as we completed an entire scenario in one episode. It was said to be a short one, and it really was not very much. Go! Wipe out the goblins wipe out this tribe of goblins. Oh, by the way, the goblins who you went to wipe out, yeah, that was just a distraction so they could take the entire fort. Nice job, idiots. Anyway, on to the next scenario that I was told took place in the same setting as Mad Ambition and Echo's Renegade. Even though the last one I was told the same thing, but it didn't seem to have any sort of relation whatsoever. So, the next scenario we're doing is Roses of Reckoning. Let's see how this one is. Agathism. Everyone's good has a different meaning. The word for the supreme being known in the modern times as God was derived from the German word Gott, meaning God. Prior to that time, the word for God was Elohim, Tetragrammaton, Jehovah. When we seek to understand the meaning of God in our lives, then seek to find good and how that good interplays with Earth, nature, and space, and all the organisms contributing to life on this planet. The Catholic canon, in describing good, derives its information from Greek sources, as well as some other early philosophers. Moral good and ethical good are categorized and defined, but Agathism aligns itself with that most original thought, good is what all humans desire. The belief system of each individual is very much a part of the culture in which the values and truths of the ancestors were ingrained at the deepest level of consciousness in our modern global community. Modernism. Concentrating on the period extending roughly from 1860 to the end of World War II, modernism focuses on the methodological, archival, and theoretical exigencies particular to modernist studies. Modernism, if it can be defined at all, is a study of relativity and the means by which people reach conclusions. Rather than focus on the what, the modernists focused on the how and introduced an element of subjectivity absent in previous works. Postmodernism. Continuing the trend of subjectivity established in the modernist era, the postmodernist emerged after World War II and stated that since any objective statements are assumptions at their core, that there is no real objective truth. The postmodernist movement has been absorbed into society and peaked with the free rights movement at Berkeley. Postmodernism stands for free speech and moral ambiguity. If there is no truth, then there is no right thing to say or do. Roses of Reckoning. Ashton Vale. Clearly not an overly prosperous valley, and that says nothing of its technological developments. Another backwater valley wedged in the mountain ranges of Dawston. You were planning to go to a port in the east in order to leave Dawston. You had also planned on using the bustling city of Birmingham as a relay point on your way to a larger coastal city. Bad idea. Apparently Birmingham has an odd propensity to detonate, resulting in a crater. The entire area is on lockdown. Forced to go north through a large stretch of mountains, you are glad to see civilization. Ashton isn't particularly far from here. You should have little trouble reaching it. Considering how little civilization is present in northern Dawston, you had better take advantage of it while you can. Delving back into the mountains without having taken a rest would be suicide. Ashton isn't particularly far from here. You should have little trouble reaching it. Hopefully the inn fares aren't very high. So, what was exactly the point on that whole discussion on modernism, postmodernism, and religion? Because, I really am kind of wondering, what was the purpose again? Here lies the exit to Ashton Vale. If you choose, you could leave the Vale and travel on to other places. No, stay. You turn around. You have things to do here before leaving. Stay in Ashton Vale. 15 miles north, Ashton. 8 miles southwest, Ashton Cemetery. There's a small farmhouse here. The people wave to you as you go by, diligently tilling their fields and doing other farmhand work. Ashton Vale appears to be an area focusing primarily on its agriculture, and it's people like these who form the backbone of this rural area's economy. More power to them. Okay, I don't think we'll go to the cemetery yet. We may as well go to the town. The city of Ashton is larger than you had previously imagined. Indeed, the relative prosperity of its crops seems to have given it a breath of life not shared by most rural metropolises. Perhaps you may just need a comfortable piece of civilization to rest your laurels and heads on for an evening. Welcome to Ashton. It's a small farmer's market set up outside of town. If you wanted to, you could purchase food here. We don't need to, but we could. Here lies a small suburb of Ashton, packed with medium and low-quality houses. The people here are friendly, but there's little in general to do here. You soon become bored and leave. First things first, look around the outside. As I do. Turn about this way. And there we go. You enter the city of Ashton for the first time. It's not the largest city you've ever been in, but it's far from the smallest. On the upside, there are enough guards here, little poverty, and basic services all provided. On the downside, there's little in the way of amenities. Torches line the streets because the city hasn't built street lamps yet, and the marketplace in the center of town is empty. Nevertheless, for your purposes, Ashton will be fine. For our purposes. I think our purposes are basically just find a place to rest, right? I think that's what it was. Just explore first, as I do. That's interesting. Okay. Can't go in there. Can't talk to him. Can't go into that house. Okay then. That one we can go into. Just burst into some guy's house. Location makes all of the difference. This marketplace was set up with the intention that merchants would come to the city and trade. Unfortunately, this has not been the case thus far, and for a simple reason. Ashton is too far from any major veins of the Imperial Highway. What this means to you is that traders won't be wasting their time peddling goods here. Bad news if you plan on doing any major spending. Leave the door alone. We already know we can't do anything there, and we can't go in there. Hannah's Votech. You enter the training hall. A woman is diligently practicing sword maneuvers as you enter. She turns her head to you and smiles. Hello! It's strange to see adventurers in these parts, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. I'm Hannah, and in case you didn't read the sign outside, I'm the town's trainer. Though by the looks of you folks, I'd say you already know this. I can train you in arts of combat, and even how to better cast spells. If you're looking for the spells themselves, you'll have to... She pauses, breaking out of a practiced diatribe, and begins sobbing. Sorry, you'll just have to forgive me, it's just... You ask her in simple terms what's bothering her. Oh, it's just some sob story. My husband Kuro Jutsu and I used to live together. He was the town mage. He sold spells to travelers, but now... A few weeks ago, he departed from me. He left without saying goodbye in his sleep. It's tough going on while feeling like half of a person, but I have to live on if I want to pay the taxes. They're coming up soon, and I need all the help I'm going to get to pay them off. So don't be shy. I'd love your business. I think I don't have anything to worry about, but every piece helps. How sad. Finally, a trainer. After you're through working with Hana, you should also go to the nearby inn for a well-earned rest. Sleep in the inn to make the scenario progress. Will you be needing any training? How will you be able to afford the taxes? She turns her head downward and speaks in a soft voice. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, it would be nice if I could. Do you know when taxes are coming up? No, not really. Usually the taxman comes once each year. Whenever he comes into town, that's when taxes are due. I can't remember the exact date he comes out, but I know that he's coming soon. Training would be nice. How can you train me? Well, I can help you become more agile if you would like. Also, I can give you tougher skin, much like natural armor. Hannah obviously has many years of experience under her belt and shows. Okay, nothing we need though. You have my condolences for your dearly departed. I don't need your condolences. She clearly does. What kind of man was Kurojutsu? Oh, he was very kind. A faithful partner, that sort of thing. He always treated me nicely, almost making me feel special. Nothing tough-skinned adventurers like yourselves would care about. You must miss him. She nods quietly to herself and begins to cry gently. You leave her be. Okay. Nothing there. There. Huh. Is that where her husband was? It must be. That's what the sign outside says, isn't it? Kurojutsu Town Mage, yep. Clark's Blacksmith. Weapon and farming supplies available. Ah, excellent. This man is walking about his shop, doing mostly nothing. He nods to you as you walk inside. Good day to you. My name's Clark. What can I do for you? Can I purchase some quality weapons and armor? We can. Clark is a talented man when it comes to working with iron. Perhaps it is true that he couldn't turn iron into steel to save his soul, but his goods are still relatively high quality. Do you know where I can sell or trade my items? There's a small thieves guild in town that I hide in the back of my shop. I haven't done anything wrong, so I don't see the harm in letting do-gooders like yourselves in on the information. There's a secret passage in this room that reveals a lever. Pulling that lever will open up the thieves guild located in the back corner of my shop. How do you know that the guild hadn't done anything wrong? Simple. I haven't heard of anybody getting robbed, and in a small community like this, that means there's no robbing going on. Okay. That's his room. Ah. Pull the lever. And that'll open it up. Probably back. Huh. Interesting. I guess we need to take a secret door over here. Ah. Thieves Guild, go away. As you enter the Thieves Guild, the members don't attack you, but you certainly aren't given a warm welcome. 4 brigands at a table play a game of cards, while a man, presumably the leader, sits at a table and watches you idly. You're no genius, but you know when you aren't wanted. This man holds an intricate dirk lying on his lap with his right hand and gives you an evil look as you approach. You can call me Blade. What's your business here, goody two-shoes? Let's trade. Lockpicks, yes. I need lockpicks. And I would not say no to a couple energy potions. I don't know how much fighting we'll be doing, but it's fine for me. Can I join the Thieves Guild? Never. Can I do a mission for you? Not really. Okay. Mission accomplished. Thank you for the tools. Blades of Exile Press, publishing quality stories since 1997. An incredibly handsome man is the proprietor of this establishment. His finely woven robes reflect his debonair demeanor and ambivalent genius, whereas his rock-hard physique represents his incredible aptitude at every task imaginable. This man is not overcompensating for anything. Nope, not at all. Excuse me, sir. The sexy beast of a warrior archmage faces you and almost blinds you with his amazingly clean teeth. Greetings! How may I help you, little one? What do you sell here? Why, simple. I sell books. They're incredibly good books. I am a good author. You want to buy my books. My books want to be read. I'll buy some of your so-called good books. Quintessence, A Little Girl, An Apology, The Forsaken, Doom Moon 2, Echo's Assault! Jeremy Levique is one handsome slice of man-meat. His body rivals that of gods, but his intellect is vastly superior. He sells books. They are good books. You want to buy his books. You conclude your business with the god of scenario design. Alcatraz is a better author. He grumbles incoherently under his breath. Brett Bixler is a better author. He begins giggling like a schoolgirl. Ha ha ha! It is being the joke, no? Very funny! Oblivious fool. Say, Jeremy, how do you stay so amazing? He leans forward. This is an insider's secret, but what you do is you become good enough at scenario design that you're making 2 of them each week. Then you stick self-indulgent, egotistical cameos of yourself in each. He laughs heartily, allowing his gargantuan, sculpted pectoral muscles to stretch against the breast of his outfit. I'm just gonna call you Marty. Marty S. Yes, that sounds like an appropriate name in this case. Don't you all agree? Do tell me if you guys actually get the joke. Drakeskin gloves. Oh, that's fire resistance. My bad. Fox, you're going to take that. Alright. That must be the inn. Yep. Inn of Blades branch office. Before I do, I actually want to see what's actually in the, inn down there, before I actually go into the inn. Oh, it's actually a location. Ashton Cemetery, please have respect for the dead. Never mind then, I have a feeling we'll probably... No, let's take a look, if we can. The caretaker of this cemetery is sitting at a desk, quietly paging through a book as you enter. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Hello, my name's Timothy O'Brien. How may I help you? What do you do here? I am the caretaker of this cemetery. Is there anyone's grave who you would like to visit, or are you just here to make up stories? What do you mean, make up stories? Every person here tells a unique story. Why, if you named anyone here, I could tell you a story about them, even if I had no idea who they were. That's the thing about stories, they allow you to become a literary necromancer. Literary necromancer? You don't know who the dead people here are. Only by making up stories of them can you come to understand who they are. And when you make up a face to go with each headstone, then that person becomes alive for you. Huh? When you're a caretaker of a graveyard, you gain interesting ideals about death. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. Okay then. There was a thing that happened. Let's take a look around here before we actually go into any more of these buildings. And then I step into a building. This woman nods her head as you approach, listening to the sound of your boots on the floor, fleeing the pot of roses before her and smelling their aroma. Hello, I'm Catherine O'Flaherty. May I help you? Those roses look lovely. She picks one up and sniffs it. Ah, yes indeed. May I purchase some roses? We can. Catherine is selling some of the most beautiful flowers you have ever seen at rock-bottom prices. It would be a shame not to take advantage of this rare opportunity. So are those the roses of reckoning? Well, not going into any of these. It's a nice little cemetery, I guess. Okay, no way we're going into any of those. Right. Well, we've looked through all that. Let's head back and head to the inn. Actually, before we do, let's actually take a look at what those books actually are. We may as well. Sure. Let's buy one of each. Alright. First up, Quintessence. Hint, buy Blades of Exile and play Quintessence. It'll be much better than this stinky scenario. A Little Girl. Buy Blades of Exile, but don't play A Little Girl. It'll be much worse than this scenario. An apology. Buy Blades of Exile and play an apology. Better than this stinky scenario. The Forsaken. Better than this stinky scenario. Ecker's Assault. Better than this stinky scenario. Doom Moon 2. Better than this stinky scenario. Sadly, I don't get all the inside jokes here. I have a feeling someone on the Blades of Avernum website will, on the forums there, will probably be able to tell me the inside jokes here, and then you can just read them there. Let's look in City Hall here. A woman is paging through a Pulp Fiction novel as you walk into City Hall. She ignores you. May I see the mayor? She looks up at you with her right eyebrow raised, clearly annoyed. No! What book are you reading? She holds up the cover so you can easily read the title. The title is Bandits 2: Ballad of the Red Star. Is Bandits 2 any good? I wouldn't know because some idiot is romping around about my office preventing me from reading it. She clearly wants you to leave. Okay then. Can't go in that one. Alright, all that's left is here. Got a room there, got a room there, got a room there. Alright. You know what? We were told that we need to go into the inn and rest there in order to continue the scenario. We'll do that in the next episode. I don't want to... This episode will be a little shorter, but it's no big deal. I think it's fine. This has been interesting so far. Already there are references that I don't get, and... amusing comedy by Marty over there. Next episode, we'll continue and maybe find out exactly what the hell is the deal with this strange scenario as it is. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.